Hello everyone. In this video, I will proceed my presentation on a project proposal, and this video basically contains basics to write project proposal and basic steps to be followed while writing your project proposal. Let me proceed with the first issue. Basics to write project proposal. In writing your project proposal, you have to pay a keen attention on audiences, target pitfalls, and data as well as research concerns. Target audience is the first consideration that you have to pay while preparing your project proposal. Regarding target audiences, you have to identify who the decision makers are and how they are relating with each other, because a relationship can change the decision making process and the idea regarding the decision. You have to know how the relationship among the decision makers and target audiences looks like while writing your project proposal. Understanding stakeholders' goal and preferences is the next concern regarding the audience of your project proposal. The goal and preference of your project proposal stakeholders will determine the decision-making process. So, how the goal looks like and what is the preference of stakeholders should be your key issue while preparing your project proposal. Familiarity of the stakeholders with the identified problem is a next issue. If these stakeholders are familiar enough, they will have a great role in making the decision of the project. So familiarity matters, and you have to know clear understanding about the familiarity of the project proposal with the stakeholders, because the concern will have an increment with their familiarity level. You have to create a clear understanding about the project and its benefits while its appreciation and application period for the audiences, and you have to show how critical and concrete the project is and how it will solve the existing problem, and understand the issue so that you can focus towards the success of your project. Potential pitfall is the next consideration that you have to pay attention while designing your project proposal. Quality is the first potential pitfall. Quality matters in everywhere, and you have to focus on quality of your project proposal to be number one in designing your project proposal and competing with that environment. Alignment is the next pitfall. Alignment with the goal of the firms or organization should be essential and effective enough to make competent that your project is going to be selected by the decision makers and stakeholders as well as evaluators of your project. Basic benefits and credibility of the project is the next issue that you have to pay a keen attention. In designing your project proposal, you have to think of how to show the credibility of your project and benefits of your project proposal. Finally, you have to plan also effective presentation of your project proposal. First impression matters. So while presenting your project proposal, you have to have careful intention in presenting your project proposal to attract the intention of the evaluators and decision makers. Data and research is the next consideration that you have to have in designing your project proposal. Before writing your project proposal, you have to collect enough data regarding facts, figures, and graphs as well as charts, because you are interested to own them to design your project proposal. While identifying the project problem, you have to use facts that shows the intensity and severity of the problem. So you have to gather the issues regarding facts, figures, and graphs as well as charts that you are planning to use while preparing your project proposal. My next concern in this presentation is project proposal writing process. To write successful and effective proposal, you have to follow 7 basic steps. The first step to write your project proposal is defining the problem. The next one is presenting the solution. The next and third one is defining basic deliverables and success criteria. Fourth step, stating the operating plan or the approaches that you are proposing to apply during the application of your project proposal. Fifth step, outlining the schedule and budget of your project proposal. Nextly, tie it all together after planning and designing all processes. Finally, you have to edit and proofread to make it interesting for the decision makers. Let's see each step in detail. The first step is defining the problem. Well-defined problem is half solved, as scholars are indicating. So here you have to clearly define the problem to indicate the severity of the problem to the decision makers. You have to start strongly to convince the decision makers, and you have to use facts to declare the severity of the problem. So well defined problem is half solved. So having this in mind, you have to clearly define the existing problem and how the intensity indicates in its application and current situation. Presenting solution. After identifying the critical problem, you have to present also how you are going to solve and how the benefits of your solution are for the stakeholders and the owners of that projects. So here in this step, you have to show how your project will solve the identified problems and detailing through the appropriateness of the solution by anticipating the questions and objectives that stakeholders have, indicating the solution's larger impact in the society and in the community. Using facts and avoiding opinions. You have to use facts while showing the solution of the problem, and you have to avoid opinions. Opinion will not have preferability during the evaluation process that decision makers will pass to select or initiate the project proposal. Defining deliverables and success criteria is the next step or the third step to be followed in designing your project proposal. Here you have to provide basic functions, attributes, and deliverables, and as well as ways how to know the project is successful through indicating deliverable date of the project. Showing the extent how much the solution is smart and the quickness of the solution delivery process. You have to pay keen attention while showing these success criteria and smartness of your project. The fourth step is stating the plan or the approach methodology. Here in this step of your project proposal, you have to introduce unique project strategies and action plans you have proposed to ensure the success of the project. You have to explain also how the problem will be addressed and solved in the cost-effective manner. Cost matters, and time also attracts the intention of the decision maker. So you have to show how technically you are going to solve the problems in a cost-effective fashion. The fifth step is outlining the time and schedule as well as a budget of your project proposal. At this step, you are expected to provide details about breakdowns, supplies, tools, salary, and time specification of your project proposal. You have also to show the concreteness of the startup time and how committed you are on the respect of this startup time as well as success of your project. Nextly, you have to tie all actions together, and in this step you have to prepare basic conclusions, brief summaries of the problem, indicating solutions and expected benefits of the project. You have to also incorporate all project proposal consistencies and attractiveness of your project proposal. The final step in writing project proposal is editing and proofreading. To make your project proposal attractive and eye-catching, you have to edit your overall tasks finally by reading step by step each contents of your project proposal. So here reading and rewriting tasks as well as rearrangement tasks of your project proposal is expected from you to make it interesting and attractive enough among the decision makers. Doing this, you will finalize the proposal writing process, and this is all concerning my today's presentation. In my next video, I will proceed with the project payback period. Please follow me and subscribe my channel to have quick information regarding the videos that I'm uploading with. Thank you very much for listening.